No, you're fine. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
So, Jane.
Yes.
We need to figure out what she needs to be doing, because basically she's sitting around doing a whole lot of nothing in the weight room right now.
Okay.
And I feel like that's alienating her from the team, and that's not something good. So I need to know what she's doing with you, what we can be doing in the weight room, some exercises and things like that.
Absolutely. So what we're focusing on with her is her range of motion and strength in the shoulder that she has the AC sprains, because we want to build that back up so she's good and prevent it from future injury.
Right.
So with her in the rehab right now, we are working with bands and light weight and some body weight to build up that strength, and then also just some passive stretching to increase her range of motion. So in the weight room, some things that she could be doing could be some of the same things that she's kind of doing in rehab, just low weight but more repetitions to...
Okay, she's going to be doing upper body. You want her doing upper body exercise with me?
Oh, she can do lower body exercises with a team, as long as, like, if it's like squats and things like that with like the bars, maybe just like body weight and not so much holding more weight up, just to prevent anything going on. We'll just slowly increase that back up to where she was. But lower body should be absolutely fine as long as it's nothing. And then if it is something that includes the shoulder, we'll just talk and figure that out as like she keeps going with it all.
Okay. But I mean, it involves the shoulder. That could mean a lot of things. Like, if I'm holding a dumbbell, that's definitely going to involve my shoulder. So you're saying no holding dumbbells? Lower
weight. So not... I would say we're going to try to keep it right now like 5 and less, just holding, and then we're going to slowly increase it based on her pain and her range of motion.
Well, then what can she be doing? Because most of the exercises we're going to do in the weight room, you either have to hold the weight or you got to put it on your back.
Okay. So, what she can be doing is we can make sure she's doing more just body weight. So, like whether it's like planks or if she's holding the weight, trying to do some of the things with the team, we can have her do, let's just keep it lower and we'll increase as things. So if it's a dumbbell that she's holding, just keep it a lower weight so she can do the same thing.
Okay.
And then we'll increase. If it's something that holds, so I would say like we're going to avoid like squats and things like with the weighted squats. The squats are fine, but weighted squats I would just like we'll slowly increase all of that.
Upper body wise, what is she doing to get better stability in her shoulder? Because I mean, like, honestly, like the body blade and all that kind of stuff is great, but she's not in a throwing sport, so like rotator cuff, I mean, what is she doing to get stronger, not just improve the work capacity of those muscles?
Right, so we're just working on basic, like, I mean, internal, external rotation, flexion with weights, and we're going through bands, and then we're going to make sure we are doing,
I mean, like, she's a soccer player, so she's not doing a whole lot of internal and external rotation of the shoulder. I get it, you have to strengthen those muscles, but I mean, like, what are we doing to prevent that from happening again, is my point.
Oh, so when we are, as we work through a rehab of an injury, when we strengthen the muscles around it, it helps prevent and protect from future injury from occurring again. So if she gets hit, those muscles are strong enough to keep everything where it needs to be. So that's why we're focusing on that, but we're also focusing, as we progress through, we're also making sure she's doing her sport-specific activities to keep her cardio up and to keep her at the same level as she is, because I know soccer is a very demanding sport as far as like running and things like that. So we're keeping cardio involved in her rehab because that is a very key element to her sport. But we're protecting and we're building up those muscles to prevent and protect her from a future injury like this. So she can just keep going.
What are we looking at timetable-wise? Like, when is she going to be back?
So, for her, as long as it's all based on her movement and her pain, and obviously, since she went to see a doctor, we have to stay in communication with him because he has told her, you know, like in the slings, and now we have to wait and see when he is okay with releasing her from that, so we stay in communication with him. But we check in every day, and then I would say maybe we'll look at 3 weeks and see where she's at, but during that time we'll have her at practice, you know, doing things that she can do with the team, and then if it's something that is more contact that puts her at risk for her shoulder getting hit, we pull her out and we do something on the side. So we're not taking her out of working with the team with anything, it's just some things might be separate by herself, and then she joins back in for the drills that she can do.
Right. So we're looking at 3 weeks building up, and then hopefully she's cleared to play by 3 weeks. So are we doing any sort of like measuring strength to make sure that she's back to a certain level, or I mean, what sort of like markers are we hitting, or is that just the doctor saying yes, she's good to go?
So from the beginning of the season, we know like where they were at with movement, and then where they were at with weight before she got injured, and it kind of set her back a little bit. So we're working, and we're going to see how close, like where she's at whenever she's cleared from the physician. So once she's cleared, we can then take her numbers in and compare them to where she was, and then we'll make a plan from there to see if she's there. Then we go from there and get her back into full play with her teammates, and it's all good to go. But then if it's not, then we'll make a plan to increase where her strength was to get it back to where it needs to be, or slowly, and we'll make the plan to increase it all based off of where she was.
Okay. So, what do I need to be doing with her in order to get her back ready to go?
In the weight room?
Yes.
Okay, so as long as we are continuing to, keep her lower body at where it is and increasing that with muscle-wise and her core as well, that would be great. Cardio, we're obviously going to work to keep up to make sure that it's maintained because she's going to run.
Right.
And then upper body, we're going to slowly increase based off of pain and movement.
Okay. The only issue I'm seeing is that we're limiting too much of her lower body.
Okay.
So basically, if she goes back into play and she hasn't done a whole lot of exercise besides body weight, she's getting weaker during that time.
Okay.
So I feel like if we follow that plan, we're just setting her up to injure something lower body-wise, which can be even more detrimental than a AC joint sprain. She's a soccer player. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
So we got to figure out a way to train her lower body strength-wise, and so that's kind of where I'm.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So we definitely need to figure out some exercises that include more weight that's not going to put that load on her shoulder to continue to increase her lower body.
Right.
Okay. So what are the typical exercises that you like to do with them for lower body weight right now?
We're going to do some sort of squat, deadlift, and a unilateral squat and unilateral deadlift, and then something more posterior chain focused because in season they're getting a lot of quad dominant movements and things like that, so we try and complement that.
Okay. So for that,
because my point is that she's doing a lot with you in the training room,
right.
But as a certified professional, I feel like it's better suited that I train her in the weight room, so like handle all the lower body exercises and stuff like that, because I mean that is what I'm certified in, whereas you're certified in more of the treating the upper body.
Okay.
So I feel like that's better compromise than
I think
necessarily
that
you.
Like a great plan to let you focus on the lower body, and we'll just keep communication. We'll just keep communicating about what we're each doing, so we make sure we're on the same page as far as where she's at. And then, but lower body, definitely, you got it. That's you. And then I will focus on making sure she is improving to be back as soon as she can at the best point of her rehab that she can be.
Okay.
So.
All right, sounds good.
Any other
Thank
questions?
you. I don't think so.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks.